Okay, John, now you can see the LEDs. I didn't have them on earlier primarily because nothing's working with or without power. So there's the power, there's the jumper, there's the fan motor connectors. What I did today, so excuse me just a second while I move this. Okay, set that down. I'm going to spin this around. So that you can see the board. What's happened now, well, actually, let me go back to the control board, or control. Let's go back to here. Now this is the new host 1.5.3. So I loaded that just so you can see what I've got. I'm going to go back down to computer, right click, down to properties, up to device manager, open up the ports, and you can see that we've got COM3. If I unplug our USB port, COM3 disappears. I'm plugging it back in. COM3 appears. So let me kill this screen. I'll kill this screen. And what do we got here? Let's just minimize that. So now I go over to printer settings, COM3, baud rate, etc., etc. Now I'll go down to apply just because we're here, then OK. Now here's what's weird. Now that I've put the new repeater host 153, what happens when I hit click? Connection failed. Access to the port is denied. Okay. So that is kind of new since I put this up. So manual control, etc., does nothing because we're not connected. And let's minimize that. But now I'll just leave that. But here's what's interesting to me, at least. This is the LCD screen, which I was very familiar with. Come on, focus. Okay, now press it. Go down to prepare. Main. Something has messed with the, because when I press auto home, nothing happens. Either the X, Y, or Z go to home. So let's go back to main. Now, if I go back to main, this is the screen that comes up, and I cannot get back to the auto home, disable steppers, we're getting a good reading, at least on the heat, but something happened when I installed Now I noticed that as I was installing that, it had me go to Programs. I've now got, let's see, this one is just empty. If I try on the old folder, it's empty. Cleaned it out. It did not have an uninstall module, so what I did was just simply erase, delete that folder from the programs list, and then ran a couple of utilities to clean the register. Start server. Okay. It says it's already running. So in the background I've got the server running. Now I didn't get the error when I clicked on that, but it's still disconnected. So I'll click it again. There we go. Okay, back to can't access the port. No. So when it said the server, that went through an entire list of setting up the server's already running. So I don't know how I got back to, or how I had the server running during the install of 1.5.3. Haven't really played with it, but that's where I'm at now. Kind of, it's getting worse. Just curious what I've got under file. Load, show work directory, don't care. Don't care anything there. Configuration, printer settings, we've already been to printer settings. Preferences. I can look at that, but I don't log quality, yada yada yada. I'll cancel that. What else have we got up here? Server. What happens if I stop the local service? The server stopped. Well, that did something, because this okay, the X didn't move, the Y didn't move, the Z didn't move. The only other thing that was working well was the temperature. I don't see a fans. I don't see the temperature climbing, so I'm going to guess that now it's just going fluctuating between 22 and 23. Nothing's going on there. So I think I'm going to send this to you, which means I'll hit stop.